Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well and safe at home. As part of Ansible video tutorial, this is the second lecture where we need to understand how we can install Ansible on different flavors of OS. I'll do a demo on CentOS because I do use CentOS a lot in most of my production environment. So these are the steps that you have to perform. If it is Debian or Ubuntu, if you're using a Debian or Ubuntu system, then these are the steps that you need to perform. But before performing anything, you need to have a Python installed on your system as part of a prerequisite. Python is required on the master engine as well as the managed nodes. Again, it's not 100% true that without Python you cannot execute Ansible playbook. We can do that using some raw modules. We will take a look on the raw modules as well, but in later part of the tutorial. Now, if you're using Windows system, I'm not going to perform the Windows installation because I don't have a Windows environment as of with me. So I know the three ways of using Ansible or installing Ansible on Windows. So one is Cygwin, second is Linux virtual machine where you can use Oracle VirtualBox. Third one is enabling Ubuntu on Windows 10. Now I have written a proper blog on how to install and configure Ansible on Windows. Now I will walk you through the blog as well, but before that, let's deep dive into the practical demo for the CentOS system. So let's skip. Now I'm into my AWS management console. As you can see, I have already created a system which is CentOS in nature, and this is my server ID and everything. Let's click on connect. I'll copy this one, go to my terminal, cd documents, my AWS keys. Let me maximize this a bit and let's try to log in. Yes, I want to connect. Perfect. Let's sudo into it. Now we will be going to perform the commands. Let's look at the command. First of all, we need to do a yum update. Let's do that to update all our repos. Now this will be going to take a bit of time, not much, because the system is fairly new. And this is CentOS 7, by the way. This is not CentOS 8. So we just have to wait for few more seconds and the package will get updated. It basically updates everything in the backend as part of the package update. Meanwhile, this is happening in the backend. Let me walk you through the Windows part of my blog. I also write an article on LinkedIn. So please follow me on LinkedIn if you want to get an article update. So I have as of now somewhere around 12 or 13 articles written with me. Now install and configure Ansible on Windows. So I have showed the two methods. As I said, I don't have a virtual box installed in my system. So I showed just the two methods for installing Ansible on Windows. So let's take a look at method 1. Now you just have to install the software, and first you have to install the software. Click next based upon if you're using system, because this installer is compatible with 32-bit and 64-bit version. Okay, the installation part is quite straightforward. You don't have to worry about the installation part. Only one thing that you need to be very careful is this section. If you're using a proxy or a direct connection, if you are using a proxy, then it's fine. You can go with your custom proxy if you are using. Otherwise, use the system proxy by default. Now, if you're not using a proxy, then go for the direct connection. Okay. Then here you have to click on the repos, basically one of the mirrors that will help you to download the file, and you have to select a package. Let me just maximize it. Now here you have Ansible and Ansible doc. 2.8.41 is the latest showing over here. So just select both and click next, and it will go for the installation section. Once that is done, you will be able to run the Ansible command. Second method is enabling Ubuntu on Windows part. So here you have to go to Windows 10. Basically this has been captured for Windows 10. To turn Windows features and select Windows subsystem for Linux. Once that is done, go for the Microsoft Store Ubuntu machine, and which is basically free. Install it, and then you can run the update on Ansible. I guess there is some missing letters over here, so I'll update that in the backend. So I'll share this link, the blog part of Windows. If you're using Windows, then you can go for it. Now these are the only three ways that I know on the Windows side. If you know other methods, just please place out a comment in comment section. I'll also try to understand those methods. Now it's still doing its job. We still need to wait for a few more seconds, I believe. This is T2 micro, by the way, because whenever I do a demo, I try to have T2 micro in my system. I generally don't go for the higher end system, so I don't have to pay for it, right? Much. Now the best part, if you have a new account on Amazon, T2 micro 750 hours free per month, which is almost 744 hours, 744 or 750 hours free per month for 1 year. So you're running your workload, it's totally free, right? From the server side. So we just have to wait, and again it's on the last step actually, cleanup. So let's wait for it, and meanwhile let's go to the document again. So please go through the Windows part. I'll share that link as well in the description section. Now on the Ubuntu or Debian side, again you have to do a update of the packages and then install the software properties and then go for the Ansible installation. I guess it's done. Now let's look at the Python version. I guess it has the Python as well. It is having 2.7.5. You can upgrade to the latest version as well, but I'll go with the 2.7.5 only. I don't have any issue in installing that. Now again, this is not required as of now because every part is done. Okay, so these are the extra packages, and finally we will go with Ansible install. There we go. Now this will be going to take again a few seconds to install all the packages of Ansible. First it will download, then it will start installing the packages. So I prefer to have this video pause, and once this is done, I will resume it back. So Ansible is installed on my system on this particular server. In order to check the version, you have to do Ansible space -- version. It will give you the version of an Ansible. This is 2.9.27. I believe this is the latest one, but I don't remember. Sorry for that. Config file location is etc Ansible. So all the configuration, all the host, inventory and everything will be residing in etc Ansible. That's a default location, and that's the configuration file. This is also giving you the executable location, bin Ansible, and the Python version. Then we have the configured module search path as well for the plugins, modules and everything. So basically this is giving everything from the backend. Now that's how you install Ansible on CentOS machine, right? So let's navigate. Let's look at cd etc Ansible. Okay, ls-al. These are the two files and one directory, ansible.cfg, then host, then roles. Now you can do also tree just to check it. Tree is not there, so let's install. What's the, oh sorry, yum install tree. So this will show you a better tree structure of that particular directory. So if you just try tree, that's how the structure is showing. One directory, two files. Now you can also do tree etc Ansible, and this will again give you the same result. I hope this clears a lot in terms of the installation part of Ansible. Rest of the OS steps I will try to give you in the description section all the steps for the Debian and Ubuntu, plus this CentOS as well. For the Windows part, I'll share the LinkedIn article that I have written. So play around with your servers, try to create a master engine first, and in next lecture, we will explore more towards the practical lab. Just place out a comment in comment section if you're facing any issue. I'll be there to help you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.